What's up, guys and gals? Boss back here with you. I'm gonna do how to solo the final dungeon boss in this one, and then I'm going to attempt to solo the first boss at the end of it. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Anyways, I'm basically doing this with a paladin barbarian wraith build. My build is mainly consists of a lot of mixture. Like, I'm 10 of 10 into a few things. This time I went 10 of 10 into the corrupted strike, 10 of 10 into the barbarian big ability, that one there. The reason I went 10 of 10 in that is to get the AoE damage as well. Like, I could have went 10 of 10 into the bubonic strike from the wraith and just got the 11k damage, whereas the one from the barbarian gives me the 10k damage with a little 2500 tick for 3 ticks most of the time. And that's basically the whole idea of this build. Is you got a lot of healing from the barbarian and wraith tree, and you got a lot of damage. Like, the whole idea to be able to kill the second boss, or the final boss in the glass caverns, is you got to be able to solo pull the ads for one. You got to solo pull the ads. For two, you got to do about 6k DPS to be able to kill them. Like, it's somewhere around that vicinity. You got to be able to pull it. If you can't pull it, you're not going to kill them. It's just their healing will overtake your damage every time there. But that's now at like 57 and 58. You know, that's the kind of DPS at this level. Anyways, I'm gonna just fast forward through this part, and I will see y'all when I get to the boss. Yeah. Alright, so we're back. You can see that if you see the numbers on my whole idea of this build, I'm doing way more damage with this build. Way more damage. And my damage is just way higher. Like, it's incredibly higher than the other build I showed you to solo the first boss without taking much damage. Like, that allows you to pull every ad on the first boss after this fight. I'll show y'all something, but I'm gonna show you a little trick here. To get this extra buff, you really need this extra buff. Like, it's not a necessity that you gotta have. But what I do is I'll go in here, I'll pull all of those, pump all of that, hit done. When I hit the buff, I take the buff, and then I go back up here and I'll pull them all out, and then I'll put them all back, and that will make it to where I get that buff, the strength buff, which drastically increases your damage. Like, it definitely does. It's a crazy increase in damage. So anyways, when you go over here to pull this one solo, you just gotta move right up here, this little spot here. You move there, and she'll come right to you. You ain't gotta touch her. You ain't gotta do nothing. This one here is the easiest one in here to solo pull. This exact spot every time. You can pull them in solo pulling in groups, anything. Like, doesn't matter what you solo pull it in. I had to put my points in where I love them. Forgot about that. Now this is where I was telling you that they will always out-heal your damage if you're not pulling enough damage. You got to pull the damage. That was why the other build couldn't do this at all, because it didn't have no big hits. You'll see I get a lot of 8Ks and 6Ks and 5Ks with this build, and 10Ks and 11Ks. But if I didn't have those big hitting damage, then there's no way I'd be able to kill this lady. These here are meant to out-heal. That's their mechanic, is they're supposed to out-heal your damage. And then if you're attacking the boss and them, they're doing damage to you while you're trying to out-heal them mechanic. Now, if they're meant to be solo pulled, I'm not sure about that. Like, probably not, would be my guess. That would be my guess if they're not meant to be solo pulled. But with this current build, I'm able to kill these guys in about 2 minutes each, which is way better than what I was doing, like, even before they did the rollback. Before the rollback, it was taking me about 4 or 5 minutes with a Necro Paladin Barbarian build, which all I really add with this build is more vitality and this extra move, 2 extra damage moves, you know. So I guess that's probably the reason, because I added the 2 extra damage moves. Well, this one here is about to be dead. Boom. Less than 2 minutes and this bit is dead. Get your loot. Now you come over here to pull this one. You just gotta put one right here. Get right here. Now, if you go like a couple steps forward, like near that pillar, the boss is gonna come. So this is like a really tricky one that you gotta like not move too far forward, because you'll definitely pull the boss. Like, the boss literally has a very, very short, like, it's not sure what's the word for it. Like, its link range right here is very close to where I'm at. So yeah, all it would take is me to get right up there near that pillar and that boss is coming. So again, here I am just destroying this little lady. And again, you'll see, like, they pop that hill, and that hill, it gets so frustrating sometimes, because sometimes you'll have them down to, I want to say 10K, really low, and they'll heal back to 80K, 100K, and you're like, what? Wow, man, like, it's crazy, that hill. There was almost a 12K hit. That's like one of the hardest hits I can get out of this drill. A 12K hit. Like, pretty nice though. I like being able to hit that hard. Alright, now this one's dead. Now you'll see, I'll go over here. Gotta be careful even looting this. So now I'll come back and you'll see I move up a little bit. Took me 4 minutes to kill those 2 guys. I move up and boom, there he comes. Like, It's literally that block. You can see the block that I was standing in that he starts coming on. Then it's just to kill the usurper. Solo and usurper. Now, you see he's got that 7,500 hit right there. The thing is with him is he can't really throw double damage that much. He'll do it sometimes. Granted, he'll do what he just did right there, and he'll land both of them sometimes instead of missing both of them. Or he'll do the ground slam and his swing at the same time, or his roundhouse swing. And when he does that, you can take 7,500 damage 2 times in a row. I'm lucky on this fight. He doesn't hit that many. He gives me low a couple times, I believe, in this fight here. Not a ton. I'm trying to think like some stuff to say during this fight. I really can't think much. Other than it's just a tanking thing. You'll notice I try and use my heals after he does big hits. That's one thing. That's just a good rule of thumb to try and do, so you don't have to go through a lot of pots and everything. Not to mention, I'm not even using like the big pots that I had before the rollback. I'm using small, like a 13 and a 14 rejuve pots. I was mainly trying to see if I could do this still with the 13 and 14 rejuve pot, which I still can. So I don't really need the 20 rejuve pots, which is nice. And then like a lot of times I'll pop the rejuve pots to refill my mana when I get low on health and mana too. Try and keep them both. It's all about timing your abilities and everything with it. And then the spectral throw, like that ability is becoming one of my favorite abilities because it gives you tons of strength. And as you'll see after I beat this boss, I'll go back and pull the second boss solo with this. Like, well, I mean, I'll pull the second boss's ass. He gets me pretty low right there. He had me like scared. I was like, no, you can't kill me, it's not possible. I ended up recovering from that. It was scary. Like I said, he can land them now. Don't expect to get a free kill. Like, if you're playing this game right now, you understand there's not much free in this game unless you're just getting power level by level 100. That's got like tons of abilities and tons of everything that he can just wreck everything. Because until you get to 100 and start getting your items, everything is tough in this game. There's nothing really just free at all in this game. Like, you got to learn and theorize and find what fits you the best. And like I said, there's a few builds that can do this. There's a shaman, paladin, barbarian build. There's a barbarian necro Wraith build, and then there's what else? I want to say there's I'm pretty sure there's a Necrosorc priest build, I think is what it is. I'm pretty sure it's a Necrosorc priest build that's a range build that can do this. And they all still work, and I'll make videos on them all if y'all want to see the videos. Just let me know. I've been trying to level up different guys as well, and just trying to level a few, you know. Anyways, that's the kill Usurper. That's how to solo pull all Usurper's ads, and then come in here and enjoy your loot, brothers. Enjoy it. So, yeah. Now, I'll skip to the next boss pull, where I pull the next boss for y'all, so y'all ain't gotta watch the rest of this. But yeah, see y'all when I pull the next boss. Yeah, boy. Alright, we just killed this ad that we left up here, so now we're gonna go up here, and the whole idea here is the spectral throw. Like, there's such a, it's so tricky at the range now. Like, it's like 24 meters they aggro, 25 meters you pull. You can solo pull. So like, the whole idea here is you gotta come in here and you gotta find the exact range while not pulling the other guys. See, you hit them, boom. That's an easy pull. So kill this guy. This guy ain't nothing. These guys are literally weak as anything. So even if you can't solo this boss, if you want free chances at loot, just extra XP, and you're in here soloing, might as well kill these guys, because these guys here are super weak. Anybody can kill these little ones. And then for this next one, like, all you really gotta do is move forward a little bit in here, because this next one is to the right. But see, that's a simple one to pull there. Like, he's just right up to the right, and you pull back in there, boom. Now you got 2 solo pulls on these guys, and then you come, and then you get a free chance at the boss. That's the good thing. If you want to try and kill the boss, you can. No, this boss hits way harder than the Usa boss. Way harder. Like, this boss, seems like the first boss in every dungeon really hits hard. That's just my understanding so far. It's the first boss in every dungeon. It's pretty damn hard. That's the way it seems anyway. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Pretty sure they just all hit super fucking hard. I still haven't been able to solo this first boss in Dungeon 2 yet, so maybe now that I'm 58 I might can, because I got her down to like 50k earlier before I made this video. So now we're gonna do our little thing to get our buff again, because I'm gonna give y'all a free show here. This is my first time trying to solo this guy this way with this spec. We'll see how it goes, you know. Now I got both buffs. I'm set up good. It takes about 2 gold a time to change your buffs. So just so you know, it costs a little bit of gold to change your buffs. And that's just like one thing. I mean, changing 2 of them. I could re-roll the whole thing for like 5 gold. Now, as you see, this dude is doing just tons more damage. And see, the hard thing that is with this guy is this guy can literally do 3/4 of your life in one rotation. He can do that big AoE right there, then he can do his jump slam thing, and then he can also that jump swing there. He can do that, and that, and then he can do another swing. So he can literally do like 2100 damage in just one rotation. So if you get below 2100 damage, you're in threat of, 2100 life, you're in threat of dying if you can land all 3 crits. And you can definitely land all 3 crits. So it's definitely a tough one. And you see right here, I'm trying something because I'm like, was he not doing his jump swing? I was thinking maybe when I was at a range just a little earlier, I was like, does he not do his jump swing when I'm in range? And his start with is looking like he doesn't. So I'm like, Well, I'll just use the bow and shoot him like this and keep him from doing his jump swing. And then he does it. And I'm like, oh, this little butthole is using his jump swing. I was like, this way. Yep, he's definitely using it. So eventually I give up and just going back up and start hitting him. Because, like I said, I thought he wasn't using his jump swing. And he's definitely using his jump swing. So, see, I'm like really low in life. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely using. Let me get on back up in here and start using my double hit melee. See if I can get him work on him with this, you know. So I get a little recovery going, fighting him. He's still like, he just does so much damage. It's hard to emphasize the damage he does. But luckily with this build I got, I'm holding my own with him right now. Like, so far it's looking good, you know. I mean, I'm running through all my pots and everything to try and stay topped off. Definitely looking decent. I hate having to use my pots on cool like that. On cool down. Like, it's just sometimes though. Especially with this guy. This guy hits like a truck. And I'm using probably about 5 gold a run doing this, by the way. Maybe 6 gold. Because it's costing about 2 to 3 gold to repair. And then 2 gold per putting points in for strength. Which you don't need the points in the first 15 minutes for the strength. Because you're just running through it. I'm not really even breaking even by selling. So I'm losing probably a gold a run doing this. So if you're hurting for gold, this isn't going to be something that you're really looking to do much. But it's good to test your limits and see what you can solo. As you see, it's definitely looking like I'm going to get this guy. And I get pretty happy when I get this guy down. I was like, what? I did it! I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just killed him. Figured I would put this in there just so y'all could see the first solo kill that I got of this guy. I mean, not the first solo. I've killed him before, but killed him with the ads and everything. With the regular tank and bank spec. But it's nice to see that you can do this with this spec. I'll show y'all this spec here at the end too. And then I'm like, yes, I got you. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. And now I'll show you my spec. After I teleport back to the beginning. They need to allow us to put the stone on our bar, man. Like, I don't know why they don't. But anyways, the whole idea of this spec is I'm into Barb, Wraith, and Paladin. And Barb, you need the 10 and 10 into the final ultimate Barb ability. It's just like you can look at the damage and you get a tick with that on top of doing the same amount of damage as the bubonic strike in the Wraith. So it allows you the ability to do the same damage plus more from a tick. Where the bubonic strike, you only gaining like 1,000 to 2,000 most in a heal from it. Like, that's at most you're gaining that much. You're probably not even gaining that much with a heal from the bubonic strike. But see, that's the bubonic strike, and again, you can get 10k damage in like a 4 and 5k heal, but it's doing about 5k damage right now with about a 3k heal, the bubonic strike. Then I go 10 and 10 into the dual wield and strength, and 10 and 10 into spectral throw. Spectral throw is the one that you use to pull those guys. That's like a very key one. And then 1 of 10 in that one, and 1 of, I started putting them in the other one for the heal, but that one there, I maxed it out to check it out, and you only gain like 200 damage on each tick over time. So it's kind of like, and And then I'm 8 of 10 into the health regen and everything. So I'm trying out the other one. But then this one here, I went 10 of 10 into this Corrupted Strike. And I'm not sold on that one. But I mean, it's either that one or that one. I was looking more at the mana conserve with the Corrupted Strike versus this one. So you got to get 10 of 10 into one of them. You can put it into the other one for a little bit of avoidance. But I think the damage outweighs it, because your Corrupted Strike can hit for about 8k. Then I'm 1 into this one. Just that's another one that I might not want. But 10 of 10 in that, 10 of 10 in that. The buff, you gotta have your buff. And then 1 10 in that one right now. Then I'm 10 of 10 in the other passive up there as well. And then to the I don't know. It's just so. I imagine once you hit 100, you're 10 of 10 in all of them. So, yeah, that's my bet. And then I go 10 and 10 into this passive for the extra healing and the extra mana and health regen. And then the extra health, I'm 10 and 10 in this one and extra crit. 10 and 10 in that. And then I put 1 point in this, which this is something I could take some other points and put in there. I'm still tweaking it a little bit, so this one I could put more points into because I get more conviction, more weapons from using it. And then this one here is why I don't got 10 points in that one, I'm not exactly sure, because that one I should have 10 points in, because that's your main source of mana regen. So yep, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And if you want to see more, let me know. If you want to see the other builds, do this. I will holler at y'all later. Later, bros.